The Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic from Jeffreys Bay is proudly sponsored by Hunters Gold.
We're in the third day of the Billabong Country Feeling Classic here at Jeffreys Bay, and it's been a great day of surfing. Some fantastic waves breaking right here behind us and some epic rides. One of the guys who's just squeaked through a heat in really exciting circumstances was Greg Swart, and Greg's going to be a co-commentator with us, so we'll be getting used to his voice during the day. Greg, how was that heat for you?
Well, Craig, let's just say I was on the seam of my pants all throughout. I knew I had fierce Brazilian contenders, and not to mention the young rising star Warren Tuck from Jeffreys Bay, who knows this break very well. So I think, all throughout the heat, I was just going, pedal to the metal the whole way. And I heard as it got into the dying seconds, I needed a ride in excess of 6, and just knew I had to pull it out the bag. So I dug deep, and I only found out from you guys that I actually advanced.
Dug deep you did. Well, in fact, it was about 5 seconds left remaining in the heat when Warren Tuck took off on a wave, the deciding wave. It was a great looking wave, and the wave actually closed out and he didn't make it. Did you see that? And if you did, what did you feel watching it?
Craig, I didn't see it, I heard it, and it scared the life out of me. I knew that Tucky was just behind me and also a contender for second spot. So yeah, I just, it was out of my hands, and grace to God, I'm through.
Ooh. Well, we're into day 4 of the Billabong Country Feeling Classic. Surf conditions so far have been excellent. The actual surfing has been awesome. Judging from the conditions behind me today, the waves are going to be just as good the whole day long. We're looking forward to a great day of surfing. We can see some big lines coming through, and joining me in the commentary box, Greg Swart.
Yes, Craig, it certainly is the best conditions we've seen in the 13th edition of the Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic. It hasn't been like this since '84. Conditions are 6 foot and slightly bigger. Corduroy lines coming through the bay, and the surfers absolutely just reveling in it. Some of the best surf for a contest in years.
That must be Jay Larson up and riding here from the USA, having a pretty good heat, Greg. Great looking wave.
Yeah, Jay was a finalist in last year's event. You see him stalling for the tube there, and he's in. And that's going to be the order of the day, Craig.
That is. Barrel rides, long waves, and big sick pits.
Well, there you have it. Jay Larson from the US of A, still going, getting a long wave. And for those of you sitting at home on your couches, you won't believe what effort that takes. And there you see Noel Rami from Durban, Craig.
Noel's just had a fantastic wave behind Jay. We just caught the tail end of it. But all the guys in the heats are just having incredible rides. Incredibly good flurry of activity taking place right now.
Yeah, that's Brett Strother there from the US of A.
Heading towards Impossibles.
Yeah, manages to pull out the back there.
Very lucky for Anthony Rufo to be third in line and to end up getting such a good wave. As he approaches the Impossible section, this wave starts hollowing up. Let's see if he gets a barrel, Greg.
He's looking for it, Craig, gets under the curtain, goes into the sunlight, and he's out.
That's going to be a pretty high-scoring wave for Anthony Rufo. Presently in the lead in this heat, Greg?
I'd have to say so, Craig. Quite a convincing lead at that, and there's more sets out at the back.
And as the sun pops out, we see Wayne Monk up and riding on a good wave. He's going to have to develop some speed as you see a section looming up ahead, but he's going to make it around. Wayne Monk, a very powerful surfer, all the way from East London, just turning under the lip as he makes his way towards Impossible.
Yeah, I must say, Wayne, like I said earlier, goes to town. He doesn't hold back at all. Lots of spray off the top. And Wayne, grown up on the point breaks of East London, glorious wave. There's Quinton Jones, Craig in the back. Can he get in the tube? He's inside. Stay with him, and he's out.
Whoa, what a recovery for Quinton Jones, who had 2 disappointing rides and pulls into a barrel and gets really a good wave. You know, while we were watching Wayne Monk, Quinton Jones was ripping that wave right along the back, right behind Wayne. And imagine what poor old...
There's a slow-mo, Craig. You see Quinton Jones, nice and low, looking for the barrel. Gets under it, crouches so he doesn't get clipped by the lip. Going, and he's out. There was a beautiful display of tube riding by Quinton Jones.
And that Shane Warren up and running turned up late for his heat, but he's managed to get 3 or 4 waves already in the last few minutes. There's a long barrel. Will he make it out? Whoa!
And he does!
Shane Warren, what a dramatic comeback. A man arrives about 6 minutes left in his heat, gets incredible long barrel ride. This is going to impact on the scores, Greg.
He's totally just invisible. He's gone. And left for dead, and there he pops out, scoring a perfect 10 out of 10 in the dying moments of the heat and advancing through to the next round of competition.
Cecila's approaching. Rob Machado paddling halfway out, turns around and goes for this wave. Let's see what he does. Grabs his rail and pulls into the barrel. Oh, this is the former world number 2. Rob Machado racing through impossibles. Already 1 barrel. Carves it off the top. What a giant wave.
Surfing, Craig.
Let's see Rob Machado how he does this. Just gets takes the high line, grabs his rail and lets that whole thing envelop him. He's just holding on. Comes out, and it seems as if the wave grows as you go down towards impossibles, Greg.
Actually does, Craig. Jeffries is known for that. He does a nice carve off the top as well. Yeah. Chris Struthers on the inside of him, Craig. There he comes into screen right now. He's on a great looking wave. It's got a double up section to it.
Really going to have to build up the speed now because that section's looming.
He's in the tube. And he's out.
He makes it.
There you have it.
2 tubes on 1 wave, not a bad score for Chris Strother. Just surviving on that wave, riding, dealing with the foam, dealing with the bumps as he approaches the impossible section. And as he kicks out,
Damien Hobgood comes into screen, carving maneuver off the top. Got a low center of gravity, this guy, as he goes into the golden morning sun, looking for the tube. Very talented young guy, 17-year-old Damien Hobgood from Florida, USA.
Here we see Chris Strother approaching that impossible section. No one thought he was going to make it through this. A big mud box collapses on top of him. You see his board, and then suddenly, pop, out he comes out of the bottom. Incredible sense of timing and balance. He can't see a thing inside that as that white water engulfs him. And he sets it up for another tube. A subtle little stall, takes the high line, drops out. Great scoring wave for Chris Strother.
Kieran Perro from Australia, under the lip. Kieran's a youngster from Australia, first year on the WQS. Big opening maneuver off the top. Going down the line, a little bit of foam from the wave before, but it's going to suck out. He's in the barrel. Okay, now have a look at this. Can he? Yeah, and he does. And again, he pulls out the back.
Look at his poise as he pulls into that barrel. The way he just stands up, just that casual defiance of the power that's just erupting over him. Here he goes, in the barrel, coming out, on his way out, and there he goes. Right, well, that's Scott Wilden up and riding on a really good-looking set, taking off way on the outside, just keeping his board moving as he sets up for that inside section. The wave's really starting to build up ahead of him. He's going to have to start driving to make it around the section. Great looking carve up off the top. Just trying to get himself into that barrel as we see him setting it up, but it is going fast. He gets his speed, still in there, and makes it out. A lot of good maneuvering by Scott Wilden as he rides that wave right through to impossibles. Last few maneuvers, the wave begins to close out and he kicks out. That was a fine wave by Scott Wilden.
That's Brad Bricknell, snaps back. It's not a very good wave for Brad. Behind him we see Jevon LaRue on a great looking wave. He'll get in the barrel, you know Jevon. He's in, he's in, he's in, he's in, he's in, he's in, and he's out. Okay, that was incredible. That's the way to end a heat. He started strong, finished strong, spent most of the heat in the tube. A fine display of surfing by Jevon LaRue from Jeffreys Bay.
We're at Jeffreys Bay Country Club, and right behind me we've got a competition of a different sort. We've got a couple of surfers that we've taken out of the water, and we're going to see how they fare on a different terrain. So right now, warming up for the first tee, we've got a few of the surfers from the event, the mayor of Jeffreys Bay, a representative from Hunter's Goal, and our producer. Let's see how they fare. There we go. Short. No, short. What? There we go. We're on the box. Okay, fine, you can stop it. Well, it looks like in the town of Jeffreys Bay, surfers really do rule. With me right here, I've got Rudolph de Toy from Hunter's Gold, and he's going to present the winner, Warren Dean, with a brand new surfboard.
Congratulations, bro. Thank you for holding one there. You deserve that. Thank you very much. Thank you much.
Warren, any plans for surfing this board in the event?
No, I don't think so. I think I might just give up surfing and take a bit of golf. Looks like it.
Looks like it pays off a little bit better, eh?
I'll tell you what, it's what, one hole, one board, too easy.
Well, we've just finished our one-hole shootout and we found a natural. With me right here is the mayor of Jeffreys Bay, Mr. Robbie Dennis. His very first hole was a great flyer, went all the way to the green. Mr. Mayor, what do you think of golf for your first time? Not a bad effort.
Yeah, I think being a first-time golfer and hitting the ball the way I did, I think I should seriously start to consider the SA Open.
That was a sweet shot. Now we're here in future council meetings, or was it a rumor that council meeting is going to be held at the Jeffreys Bay Country Club?
We'll consider that.
Up and riding, that's Greg Emsley, the current heat leader. Streaking down the line, makes it around the section, slams it off the top. Greg really feeling confident in this heat.
Yes, Craig, it's looking very much like a Greg Emsley heat from wide to wide. He opened up with some good waves, and he's just gone from power to power in this heat. And he's really loosening up on this wave. He knows he's in front, and he can afford to just try and put the icing on the cake with a nice little barrel ride there, just to cover up. Nothing too sensational, but just a good solid ride.
Very solid competitor is Greg Emsley. He actually one of the standouts of the surfers that are on the tour. A great contest temperament.
Hand to the outside. Okay, now here's our Japanese surfer, Takayuki Wakita. Now he needs to get a good ride here, Takayuki. He's on his back end, and he's one of the new generation of Japanese professionals that are on the ASP World Tour. So this is Takayuki's first trip to Jeffreys Bay, and he's having a good time, just taking a bit of time to get to know the wave. So Greg Swart on a last-ditch effort. He's got to pull something exceptional here, and it's a super late barrel if he comes out of this. It'll be, yes! Greg Swart has done it. He has come through a miraculous wave, and he's claiming it, waving to the crowd, the tube ride of the day.
Here he goes in the barrel, streaking through that barrel. Looks like he's long gone.
Well, this is an amazing, amazing tube riding skills on display here. And Greg Swart, with seconds to go, needed a huge score. And it looks like he'll get it on this wave. We'll have to wait and see.
Clearly elated, Greg Swart, in with a good chance of making it through this heat. Rapogal up and riding, opts to take off right in the impossible section, standing up in the barrel, driving through that tube. Will he make this up? Oh, what a fantastic ride. That's Adam Rapogal taking a commanding lead in this heat. See the man riding that barrel, driving ahead of the section, standing there, beautiful poise. But notice how his board is maneuvering as he pulls up and adjusts his line to make sure that he maintains the speed of the wave. Comes out nothing but stoked. Battling for this wave is Seth Hulley. Two South Africans, two Americans in this heat. Seth Hulley riding on his first wave. Greg, take us through it.
Well, there we see Seth coming off the top. A lot of wind out there, Craig, and Seth doing a nice maneuver in spite of that. Looking to set up for a tube section. He's a little bit behind you. It's looking good. He's covered up. He's in. Maybe again. Yes. Really read that section well, Craig. Cutting back again. Hopefully it can all go on again. And yeah, Seth doing the job on a very good-looking wave.
A very polished performance by Seth Halley there. He actually took a while to take off on his first wave, and he really seems to be racking up a good score with 2 tube rides. And that's Cas Collier up and riding, the man who's riding along the board and spending most of his time in the barrel. He drives through the section. Will he make it out? Got to keep watching it, but he didn't.
Sure. Oh, great takeoff by surfer in white, Ryan Simmons. Cuts back into the pocket. Sure, very flamboyant surfer. He's from America, part of a new contingent of young Americans who are taking the WQS by storm. Looking for the tube, you can see it. And he's in. And he's out. Well, there you go. Calculated risk there by Ryan Simmons from America, and I'm sure that's going to pay off handsomely at the end of the day. Paddling for this one and missing it is Justin Strong, but Jason Rubink decides he'll pick up the pieces. We're still in round 5, heat 4 of round 5. Jason on his second wave. Oh, this is a great looking wave, and if he gets a barrel on this, it'll be the barrel of the day. And in he goes. Yeah, and he's out. Wow. Okay, so Jason, last year's finalist, no stranger to J-Bay or the tube, in again and out. I'd have to say that was a... I can only but moan for Jason. He's just going so hard on this wave. Some of the most committed surfing I've seen all day by Jason Rubink, and he gives a bit of a fist up to the judges. Take that, he says. There we see the slow-mo. He's in the barrel. Comes out, nice low center of gravity. You see him looking towards the lip again, drawing a nice line off the bottom. Big rooster tail off the top. At this point, he's got one thing in his mind, and that's in the barrel again. Okay, there we see Justin Strong on his first wave. He actually should have had Jason Rubink's wave. He's in the tube. Oh, that was perfectly read by Justin again. Manages to hang on it. I think Justin's too stubborn to fall off. And here he goes again. So there you have it, 3 tubes. An excellent ride by Justin Strong. Justin, a 2-time winner of this event, goes in tube number 4 of heat 4 of round 5, and he's out. So that's a bit of an answer back to Rubink's wave. Not quite as big, but there we see the slow-mo. He puts the fingers up in the air, peace sign. In the barrel, and he's out, claims it.
And this is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Jeffreys Bay, 46-footer, perfect.
Sean Holmes, current heat leader. Big swooping turn. Combo maneuver there by Sean. Oh, he's absolutely laying it on the edge. That's some of the best surfing I've seen all day. Sean Holmes from George.
Well, stalling for the barrel, Frankie Oberholzer. Great surfer in the tube. It's a wonderful indicator of how talented a surfer is when you see him riding a tube. Look at this man. 2 tubes on one wave. Beautiful carving maneuver. Digs a rail, sets it up for another tube. Will he get a third? Off the top, gets a little bit of air on the way down. Frankie Oberholzer, very talented surfer, riding it all the way down to impossible. Well, there was a brilliant exchange of surfing. Shane Thorne looking really loose. Frankie Oberholzer looking unbelievably in control. And in fact, behind Frankie Oberholzer is Sean Holmes. There we see Frankie in the barrel, weaving his board. Straight into the barrel, straight out of the barrel. What did you think of that last wave?
It was pretty awesome.
Who was it?
It was Sean Holmes.
Who do you think's winning this heat so far?
It's probably Holmes.
Jay Larson up on a great wave, swooping cutback. He's looking for the tube ride. There's 12 seconds to go in this heat. He gets it. Now Jay needs a score slightly over 6 to advance, which would put Noel Rami in 3rd. So it's a critical point in this heat. Jay laying down a solid beat, gets in the tube, and makes it. So I'd have to unofficially say that's the best wave of this heat. And that's going to put Jay Larson in a solid 2nd, if not 1st place in this heat, which will see the 2 Americans advancing in 1st and 2nd respectively. See on the slow-mo, he comes hard off the bottom, looking for the tube, just ducks under the lip, holds his position, holds a rail, and comes out the foam there. Okay, we've got a huge set approaching, probably the biggest of the day. Rob Machado really needs to go in this wave, otherwise he won't get another chance. Everyone's getting closed out. He does, he snaps off the top. Nice section ahead of him, clean surfing. Makes it look so easy. You can see the professional edge really coming through here. He's not a stranger to professional competition. Former number 2 in the world and best friend of the number 1, Kelly Slater. Big maneuver on the inside, backs it up, and pulls out the back. Oh, you see Chris Struther on a bomb. It's got a bit of foam on it. It's big. He had a tube on the wave before. It's a good move to go in this wave because based on the size of that set, the ocean's going to go flat for a few minutes, so he's going to work. Coming off the top, he's doing the job. And bangs a big move off the top. Courageous attempt there by Chris Struther, still going, getting length of ride and goes flying off the back.
Meanwhile, on the outside, in red, that's Rodrigo Donnells on a great looking wave. Let's see what he does here, Greg.
He's in the barrel from Brazil. Layback maneuver into the pocket. Very powerful surfing. Gets another tube. And he's out. Spectacular surfing by Rodrigo Donnells from Brazil. Here we see Rodrigo here setting up for the tube. Holds a nice line. Gets covered up. Lays back into it. Powerful maneuver there. He's setting himself up for another tube here. He's looking down the line. Totally disappeared from the beach at this stage of the game. We weren't sure if he was coming out, and he does. Wonderful, wonderful surfing by Rodrigo Donnells from Brazil.
And that's Jevon LaRue pulling in on the wave right behind Rodrigo. This is the wave Jevon's been looking for. It's a big one, and this is the J-Bay local. Hanging on as he rides this wave. Jevon's going to go for distance here, Greg, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, there's the dying moments of this heat. A big maneuver. Oh! That's a critical wipeout right there. There we see Jevon coming off the top. Beautiful maneuver. Like you said, Craig, he's going to go for distance. He's well into the impossible section of this wave right now. Big move off the top, catches it, and watch him go head first. It's really shallow there. It's about 2 or 3 feet at the most. Galen Hossack, this will be his last wave. Can he pull it off?
Galen's had one really good wave. This one could prove critical. The young junior, 16 years old, surfing against the men's, having surfed a lot of heats today.
I think fatigue's come in there, Craig. The boy looks like he's lacking a bit of spirit there. He's gone for broke. He's done well. Outstanding performance. The heat is over. That ends day 4 of the Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic with Hunter's Gold.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Diana.
Wash day blues.
But obviously not for you. Gosh, just look at how white your washing is. I can't believe it. It's whiter than white.
I know, and this blouse had this huge stain right over there.
Well, it's the final day of the Billabong Country Feeling Pro here at J-Bay. You know, they say the early bird catches the worms. Well, I was the bird. Those are the worms, and I can tell you those waves are great. After 4 days, we've seen really, really good conditions prevail. Surf conditions are still really good. 4 to 6 foot. A light offshore blowing right now. Perhaps a southeasterly wind predicted for later on in the day. Some great surfing ahead of us. That's Greg Emsley, a fantastic tube ride. Oh, cutting loose. Greg Emsley, one of the 2 South Africans in this heat, going for 2, going for a 3rd tube ride. Let's see if he makes it out of this. No, the wave shuts down. Heat leader, Adam Rapogel, with less than a minute to go, takes off on a great looking set, streaking down the line.
5, 4,
keeping his board loose. Nice turns. Not taking too many chances out there. Fantastic tube ride. And another one. Whoa. Adam Rapogel in fine form, consolidating his lead. Great looking cutback. 2 tubes on one wave, nice cutback, and makes the whole wave. This is what world-class surfing is all about here at Jeffreys Bay. So let's see Adam Rapogel as he sets up for the barrel. Nice conservative style, very solid. Sets it up for the barrel, drives in the barrel, holding his line. Notice those subtle movements of his board as he tries to maintain speed. Comes out of the barrel. Beautiful ride. This is the second quarterfinal of the Billabong Country Feeling Classic. Same situation as the first one. 2 South Africans, 2 Americans. Up and riding is Seth Hulley. Very, very close heat. Seth needs something like 2 points just to get into the lead of this heat. And he's certainly got that already. Pulls into the barrel. Let's see if he makes it out. And he makes it out. Seth Hulley, of course, a former event champion. No stranger to the waves here at Jeffreys Bay. And as the waves seem to be dropping, the waves will certainly favor him. Well, as we get to the more critical stages of the heat, the surfers start taking bigger risks. Here's Sean Barron going for air. If he makes this, it would score high, but he lands it wrong and goes down.
Here we see Jason setting up for the tube, gets nice and low, holds his rail with his left hand, totally engrossed by the wave, not visible, and pops out. Here we see Seth, no, that's Barney Barron, Sean Barron. Well, the fabled Super Tubes delivering on day 5 of competition. All surfers getting barreled. Tube number 2, making it look so easy. Sean Barron from the US of A goes for ollie-oop and pulls it off. Incredible, that was great. Have to show you a slow-mo of that.
Sean Barron going for broke in this heat. Gets air, maintains attached to his board, manages to pull it off. High scoring rate.
Unbelievable. Anthony Rufo from the USA. This is his opening ride. 3rd quarterfinal of day 5 of competition at the Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic. Rufo is his nicknamed, a very polished style, very smooth, makes it look easy, manages to recover from catching a bit of a rail. See Rufo not doing anything special at this stage of the game. There's a 30-minute heat, surfers are scored on their best 3 rides, and Anthony taking a bit of a safe line just to get a wave under his belt and just to eliminate the early morning jitters. Okay, we see Frankie Oberholz in the white singlet from Durban. He's up on a good-looking wave this time. Snaps tight into the pocket. Riding a small board, surfing nice and tight. Goes for a 360, effortless.
Isn't that just testimony to his talent, Greg?
And we see Frankie doing an unreal cutback. Catches it, manages to recover. Just spins it around, stands up effortlessly, just as if he was doing nothing. Sean Holmes paddling. He's currently in 3rd, into the barrel. He gets to work straight away. He does the job. Long section in the barrel again, and he's out. Okay, so there it is. The boy's delivering. His first couple of waves, he started off a bit slow. Super talented. He's a young guy. So not scared of a pressure situation. Finishes off with a great roundhouse cutback. Sean Holmes from South Africa.
So let's watch the slow motion there. Sean Holmes really pulling out all the stops in the dying minutes of this heat. He needs a good score to pull from 3rd place to 2nd. Comes out of the barrel. In again. Scoring 7.67 and goes into 2nd place.
Happy.
Good looking set approaching. That's Rob Machado opening up his account in this, the last quarterfinal. Former number 2 in the world, Rob Machado, very stylish, very solid backhander. Beautiful off the top maneuvers. As
Greg,
I've always
this is
said,
a hard heat, man.
it really is, Greg. Rob Machado, for anybody to have Rob Machado in a heat, you're pretty much looking for 2nd place.
Well, you see experience coming through there. Everybody else sort of panicked and got substandard waves off the start. He chose to wait a couple of minutes longer. Working with this wave, lovely cutback off the foam there, tight in the pocket. Goes unstuck there, a bit of a head dive. Really shallow, it's not the best thing to do, but anyway, great opening ride by Rob Machado.
20 seconds remaining. Jevon LaRue takes off on the wave. Greg, is this going to be the 6 points that Jevon needs to get from third place into second. Let's see.
Okay, Craig, he's actually got to not fall off here. He's doing the job. The whole beach is holding its breath. The hoot is gone, the heat is officially over, but this wave will count for him. Comes around a long section, floats it nicely. Beautiful turn off the top. Snaps into the pocket. Now this has been a long wave because he's come all the way from up the point, all the way down into the impossible section, finishes gracefully with the big floater, and it's going to be up to the judges. Unofficially, I'd have to say he crossed the line there.
Yeah, something that maybe the guys that sitting on the couches don't realize is the nerves that is required, knowing that there are just seconds left in this heat. There's a long wall ahead of him. He needs 6 points. He cannot fall off. He can't overdo it, but he can't underdo it. And that's exactly what's happening out here. Jevon is pushing it just enough to make sure he gets that 6. Well, as you said, it's up to the judges.
He's
and it's just been announced.
7.17.
7 points. Jevon is through.
The South African boy goes through.
Fourth South African in the semi-final. Greg, this is a wonderful day for South Africa.
Sun's come out. Sean Barney Barron in the barrel. And joining me in the commentary box is professional surfer Nicky Williams.
Well, what a good start to that wave for Sean Barron, known as the Big Airman from over in the USA. Starting off on the outside section, just off the Boneyards takeoff, the swap over zone. Starting with a good tube and all the way down, Greg, clocking up some good off the tops and very smooth cutback surfing. Do you think there's any chance of a small display of air surfing on the inside here?
Well, Nick, if anybody can get the air, it's Barney, and could be looking for it. I think he's got the jelly leg syndrome. He's out the back of that.
Up and riding in the red, Adam Rapogel, up and riding as we speak. A lot of speed off the bottom, slicing, throwing that rooster tail over the back.
He's flying, this kid.
He's working. He's got a long wall. He's going to have to keep the speed up. But speed without maneuvers is no good for the judges or for yourself. There he goes, more speed. He's coming onto the inside shallow section.
Watch for the big move.
He's in, I don't think
Bit hesitant there.
Yep.
A little bit hesitant there. Jason's gonna go. He's in the spot.
He's on a smoker.
Paddle,
this
son.
is the wave.
He's up. Okay.
Great off the top there, Greg. Off the bottom again. Great off the top again.
He's got to go to town, yeah, Nicky. He really has to.
Wow.
He's doing the job. He's putting it on the edge. You'd never say he's in a heat. He's looking for the barrel. I just hope he doesn't lose interest, because what can often happen in a heat is you don't realize you're doing as well as you are. And I personally think he needed to carry on going on that wave.
It often pays off to stick on that wave. Once you've used the wave as far as you can, then get off it. But if the wave is continuing to run, it's pointless after an initial surge. There you go. Great off the top. Look at that.
A lot of spray.
It's as free as you can break those fins without sliding the tail out. Benji's still having a look, up and riding. Barron has to hold back. Ah, this is a great surfer. Watch this man. He makes it around the foam, Greg. It's time for maneuvers. Sweeping cutback.
Okay, you see him going to town. They're just so graceful. It's a beautiful tube section for Benji, and he's in. He stands straight up.
A great tube in through that glassy section. Hands up before he pulled in. What a cutback for him.
That's the best cutback I've seen of the contest, Nick.
One of the best styles I've seen in this contest, Greg. Definitely a great ride for him. Let's wait and hear what these scores are given for him.
See Barney, Sean Barron. He's looking for a bit of a tube. He gets in there.
Small one, really perfect though.
You know, in a normal contest situation, excluding Jeffreys Bay, if the surfer got a tube like that, the whole beach would catch fire. But at Jeffreys Bay, they're almost a dime a dozen, and great aerial maneuver there. Manages to pull it off, but there's rocks everywhere. Okay, Rob Machado in semi-final number 2, the Billabong Country Feeling Classic. He opens his account early. Dives off head first, Nick. I can't believe these guys are doing that. It's really, really shallow there. Okay, Frankie Oberholzer swings around. Sean Holmes missed that. Frankie on a bomb here. Vertical turn. He's got a big tube section ahead of him, and he's in.
He's in, riding this tube all the way through, turning his board in the tube, maneuvering it. I don't think he's coming around the section. We're watching Sean Holmes ripping away. Look at that. Nice little tube for him, Greg.
great tube section. He's in this one. Oh, just a little bit far behind.
Rob's up and riding now, surfing on his backhand. Rob's a goofy footer. Starts off with a little cutback. Smooth surfing. He's got a long wall. He's going to have to build up speed, and this man knows exactly. Look at that, over the back. That's a behind the wave floater.
Incredible. Here we see Rob in the replay. Look at the speed. He's looking for it. He goes up onto the lip.
Holds it, Greg, over the back of the wave. And at the last moment turns, use the force of the wave to come over, falls. That's an incredibly long time behind the back of the wave. But at the cost of that, Greg, he doesn't make the wave. Frankie's whipping on the inside, whipping it on the inside. All the way through. Another great drive for Frankie, Greg.
Tight surfing, Nicky. Real tight surfing.
Well, Frankie's still whacking it. He falls down, but this is what's going on behind him. Jevon's had a great wave so far. In the inside section, another little twist, another little turn for Jevon. Jevon, remember, looking for a 6-pointer. He needs an excess of a 6-pointer to get into the running in this heat.
Yeah, he was currently in fourth at the start of that wave. Frankie was holding down first, so I think Frankie would have consolidated a lead. But Jevon could have quite comfortably moved into second. Here we see him on the slow-mo. He gets into the tube.
Very comfortable surfer in the tube, Jevon is. He knows this place in any conditions. He's got a house, he looks out of his bedroom window, and this is what he knows he's going to be doing.
That's the start of the Bad Billies paddle battle, the Billabong paddle battle. See the boys stomping along the beach like there's no tomorrow.
We're in between heats at the Billabong Country Feeling Classic, and watching the surfing are the Springbok Nude Girls, the hottest new band to emerge on the South African music scene. Here on my left is Arnu. Arnu, what brings you guys to J-Bay?
This is part of our Afterlife Satisfaction tour promoting our new album, and also obviously part of the Surf Classic.
Let's talk about some music influences. I know this is a trick question, and I know a lot of guys ask you these sort of questions, but can you rattle off a few music influences?
Tennis and what's
Surfing.
volleyball,
Surfing.
cricket,
TV. Rugby.
my mum's voice.
Any particular bands that you like to listen to or anything like that?
We listen to lots of different bands. Every one of us listens to different bands, and some of us listen to the same bands as well.
Now, I know what it's like surfing out in a contest and seeing this whole beach full of people watching you, but that's nothing compared to opening for the InXS tour. How was that? I mean, you walk onto the stage and you look and you see people.
Exciting and intimidating.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it intimidating?
Well, to play in front of this huge rig, I mean, they have lots of technical aids as well.
How was it? Cool, bro.
It's brilliant.
You
It's
like it?
awesome.
Excellent. They are amazing.
Bloody noisy, but it's a good beat.
Any plans for the future? What are you guys working on a new album, maybe?
Now we're first gonna just tour a bit and play a bit, and then write some new stuff and come up with some
Possibly
new
a
stuff.
new EP towards the end of the year. We just finished a new album, 16-track album. And yeah, we're going to start working on new stuff, write some new songs, and tour some more, definitely.
We constantly write new songs. It's just an ongoing process.
Well, that's the Springbok Nude Girls, and they are, as I said, the hottest new band in South Africa. And judging from their past performance, especially here at J-Bay, we can look forward to some great things in the future from the Springbok Nude Girls. Thanks guys.
Thanks for sport.
Okay, the paddle battlers are heading for home.
These guys are racing to pick up an air ticket, Greg.
Bit of a tightly contested paddle battle. See one boy throws his board down, gets on his knees. Either looks like he's praying or what. Tired young lads there. They have won an air ticket by Seagull Travel Agency for anywhere in South Africa to Jeffreys Bay.
Cool, man.
Benji Weatherly from San Diego, California. Working into a fast section here, the wave beginning to get a small bit of a lump, and one long floater for him.
And again, incredible surfing. Benji opens his account with a real boomer of a wave. You'd think he'd hold back a little bit, you know, with, you know, being in a final, a little bit of nerves going on, but not at all. He's looking to do another one.
What a slash, releasing the fins there, Greg, to finish off a really good wave. And remember, these surfers looking at a first prize of 22,500 Rand. On the outside, up and riding is Sean Barron. A man known for his famed aerial antics. Watch this guy driving very hard and fast through the frothy section. Up onto the lip, a little bit of a turn off the top there, waiting to his first big maneuver of the wave. Nice cutback, nice off the top. Not much wall on the end of these, Greg, but still working it hard, slashing it all the way around. These are point scoring maneuvers, and he needs 4 good scoring rides. There you go, a little bit of an air 180 just as a last effort.
Tube section for Sean, and he comes out clean. Frankie overhauls her at the back. Frankie's on a bomb of a wave here.
100 miles an hour, Greg, off the bottom.
Big maneuver. Well, that's incredible. He goes right over the whole section. He's riding a little board. Needed to come around that section, Nick. A bit of a costly mistake there. The route just consolidates his lead. He takes it on the end. He's got a long section ahead of him. He's flying down the line. He'll do the big turn. Goes, floats over it. Tail drops to the bottom. He'll be looking for another one, Jevon. He's got the length of ride. He's got the size. Big floater. Holds onto it. And again, completes his ride. I'd have to say LaRue, he's going to come and run around. Now, this is a tactic we saw Justin Strong do. He's coming in. There's not too much time left in this heat, and LaRue's going to choose to run around on the beach.
And just listen to that crowd going crazy with Jevon LaRue running past all his friends and family, the whole crew on the beach. This man's tired. He surfed a hell of a contest. He's running up the beach, and you can see the strain taking on him.
A couple more minutes left in the final. Jevon, how are you feeling?
Can I swear?
No.
Tired?
Keep going, boy. Keep going.
Okay, look at this. Jevon's having a look at the front wave of this little 2-wave set. Up and riding, Jevon LaRue, having had the last wave run up the whole beach. He's the first surfer to pick up on another wave. He's working, he's coming onto a good inside section. Stalling into the tube. He's in the tube. Jevon LaRue racing across the commentary position. What a wave for Jevon LaRue. This could be everything for him that he's wanted. Another good off the top. Oh, I can't believe it. What is going down before ours? Frankie looking for a high scorer. Frankie on his last wave did everything he could.
He absolutely went bananas on that wave. So we saw an incredible exchange there. LaRue's plan of paddling around in the channel worked like a charm. He managed to hold off Weatherly, who was trailing in third. And there's Frankie looking towards the beach. He's wondering if he's got any more waves left. He hasn't.
He's got no more waves. That's it. We're going to have to see what he has done on that last wave. Jevon LaRue, on the other hand, I can't help. Let's just have a look at this.
Frankie punches hard off the bottom here. He goes straight up.
Look at that off the top.
Vertical maneuver coming down. He's going to punch hard off the bottom again. Unbelievable.
You can't go more vertical than that.
So Frankie gets 9.17 on this wave. So it's incredible to see who's going to be in front here. We're waiting on it with 2 minutes to go. It's anybody's race.
I can't believe it. I'm breathless.
Well, here we have Jevon LaRue joining Frankie. Jevon, that was an incredible tactical move you did. You within 6 minutes left in the heat, you decided to come in over the rocks and run up the point. What were you thinking?
I'm just too tired to paddle back up the point after all that heat and surfing today. And I just figured I might want to try to get on everybody's inside. It seemed to have paid off, but then Frankie got a 9 behind me.
I don't know, I think so.
How did he get behind me? 9?
Frankie got a 9 behind. You got a
8.8 or something.
Yeah, an 8.8. We're not too sure exactly who got the lead. Are you guys just stoked? There's 2 South Africans, first and second. Your opponents, 2 Americans, needed a combination of 2 ways to beat you, so it's definitely a first and second. Jevon, how did you feel about that final?
I don't know, I had fun out there. Frankie, you chowed me, buddy. But think about it, Frankie, you're a friggin' free surfer and you making finals and stuff this year. What's going on here?
There was under half a point splitting Jevon and Frankie, and winning himself $5,000 US, which is worth 22,500 Rand, and of course 1,000 valuable WQS points from Jeffreys Bay, Jevon LaRue. Well done, Jevon. Well done, Frankie, runner-up. That's a hell of a trophy to lift, Jevon. Whoops, whoops. And a big round to our winner, Jevon LaRue. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much the official presentations for the 1997 Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic. We'd like to thank you all for coming down. We'll see you all next year at the 1998 Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic. Drive home safely, fly home safe. We'll see you next year.
The Billabong Country Feeling Surf Classic from Jeffreys Bay was proudly sponsored by Hunters Gold.